Under special items, it is indeed a special item. It's an opportunity for us to welcome representatives from the Global Refugee Center program, Mr. Asad Abdi and Ms. Colette West. And while you're finding your way all the way up to the podium, I wanted to congratulate you and reminisce a moment about the Journey to Hope, the fundraiser that was held 20-some days ago, and to much success. So welcome, and we're anxious to hear a bit of an update about programs or generally the opportunity to hear from you about the strengths of the program.
Thank you. My name is Asad Abdi. I'm the founder and the president of the Global Refugee Center. And I really want to say thank you, School District Board of Education and staff, including Superintendent Wayne, who tirelessly help and understand the newcomers, new Americans, and support in every way with this tight budget and recession time. I have been in the United States 14 years, and I never been feel more welcome than the 6 years I have been in Colorado, especially in Weld County. So thank you, Coloradans, Weld County, and City of Greeley and City of Evans, how you open your doors. And let us drag you down your teacups to below the other places. We are not here to let you fail or let you down, but we need a little support. Maybe I shouldn't say little, but we need some support from the professional people and well-educated people. We already left behind as a refugee, or we call ourselves, we love to be called new Americans. I mean, just to let you know, we are here and we're not going nowhere. We are part of you. So thank you for understanding that and accepting us as who we are. So GRC has been founded in 2008. I'm so glad Rhonda is here today, who was one of the people who opened our eyes and helped us. I remember the trainers program that Dr. Maria Sanchez started for the refugee and immigrant. When we started in 2008, we had only 3 rooms that we used to pay from our bucket. But today we have 10 classrooms and office. And we started as a 25 students, and now, and our name used to be East African Community, who mostly dominated by Somali community members. But now we have more than 47 different countries' population, and we grown because of the generosity and welcomeness from the Weld County. And school districts played a good role in there. So thank you for your support. Our programs and what we do, Colette will say about it, but thank you for the support in every way. And again, I'll let Colette say the rest of it.
I'm Colette West from the Global Refugee Center. I am the Director of Services. And the programs that we utilize at our Global Refugee Center are primarily educational. Along with what you do at the school district to teach our children, we are trying to teach the parents of those refugee children as well. So Monday through Friday we have classes 10 to noon for 6 different levels of ESL, English as a second language. On Tuesdays and Thursdays we also do citizenship classes so that they can become U.S. citizens like we are. On Wednesdays, we're very busy. We have a women's cycle of life that's geared for the education, the women's cycle for the Somali women. We also work with SNAP Education, which is a nutrition class that is offered on Wednesdays as well for different ethnic groups. This last semester was our Latino population. The semester before that, we focused in with the Burmese population, and then coming up after Christmas, we'll focus on another one. We have several different programs throughout the year. As Mr. DeWitt did say, the Journey to Hope, we just did that in the first part of November. That was very well attended, and we want to also thank those of you who attended that. We also do an annual health fair for the refugee population. We just had one of those on our last snow day 2 Saturdays ago. We had 103 in attendance, so that was really good with the snow, because refugees don't come out in the snow.
Well, the rest of us do either.
What's that?
The rest of us don't either.
Right. So all in all, we are a nonprofit organization, and we are here to help with the success and the self-sufficiency of the refugee population. So thank you for having us, and we'd entertain some questions.
Okay, great. I'm sure that there will be a couple of comments or questions. One that I carried with me was the number of graduates. You know, in the past 2 years, we went from 22, I think, or 23, and we doubled the number of graduates this last year. And so am I going to put in an order for another doubling? I'm very excited about the graduation rate, and maybe you'll have something to say about that. I'm concerned also about what to do after graduation, and if you have a comment to make about that.
So we are growing day by day. Refugees are still coming day by day. So you're going to always have more and more graduates every end of the school year in May. Secondary education is another prospect that we help with at the Global Refugee Center. We try very hardly to push the kids to want to go on to secondary education, and whether that's in Ames or in a four-year college like UNC, that's part of our goal, is to keep the kids on that straight and narrow path for education, because we know that education is the key to their success in the future. So.
Ms. Elise.
So what a huge honor it is to see you today. It's been a long journey. I think you've definitely graduated from being a newcomer. But, you know, I just want to thank you for your perseverance and, you know, where we started and where you are now. And us as a community learned a lot from this experience. I know with realizing our community, that's kind of how we started and that's how we met. But you've taken it from there and you've done a great job. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it fair to report that you've also been a role model, Mr. Abdi, in terms of showing citizenship and the steps to citizenship, sir?
I'm so pleased to be a new American and to become a citizen after 14 years, but thank you. And I also want to mention a little bit, as a board, it's a good chance for me to ask. We have a really uneducated and skilled population who need your attention, who need your support, who need extra attention, like special education. Our students already left behind, as I said before, and it matters big time if we don't pay attention today. We are already here with your kids, with your homes. And if you don't pay attention today and give the help, that can cause a big problem. So we pay the price later. As you know, lack of acceptance or feeling not being part of the community, the young kids are getting called by or recruited by terrorist groups or terrorist organizations. Once they come, imagine as 14, 15 years old kid who don't know even ABC, and the American system puts by age, not by what they know. They go to a high school, and then I'm so glad you do and have programs that help, but still, it's not enough. If we don't pay good attention and don't help the young generations, that can cause, it will cause a problem, or as it happened already. Think about the 3 young ladies that has been recruited by ISIS and cut by FBI on Germany while they're trying to join the ISIS. It's really bad, and I feel so bad about the young kids that came, or refugee members who came from refugee camps, get this opportunity, come to the country and get the welfare and housing and education, and still hate the country. Why? What caused that? If we ask that, they lost the connection. They don't feel they are part of the community. They don't feel they are welcomed. Somehow, somewhere, they lost the connections. They don't fit no place in the community. So they hate themselves. So if they get any acceptance from anyone else, they'll take that chance. So having and creating some programs, special programs, and getting some attention will help and entertain and make them feel they're welcome. So as you already do, I remember, remind me your name, I'm sorry, Ms. Lydiak and Roger Dewey and some other board members that I met. Thank you for doing the assessment about how you can help the refugee and what the problems, how they feel and what problems they have. The parents and kids both are not educated, so that helped us a lot, and GRC is ready to stand with governmental and non-governmental organizations who help the refugee and the rest of the community. We want to understand to be the bridge. So we are just one phone call away from anything we can do as a community leader who came from the refugee members and know a little bit more about what the needs are. We just want ears that can hear us, but we are ready to help as much as we can about the culture difference, about the basic real needs that the refugee and immigrants have. So please help us as a GRC, as you always do. We're not saying you left us behind, but you help us. We receive a checks from mostly your personal checks that shows the care and how much you care about us. So thank you, but we may need the board to look back and say how we can lift up and give the second chance to this already left behind adults and children together. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Richard.
I just wanted to say thank you for your leadership and for your perseverance, Mr. Abdi and Ms. West. You've been in this the long haul and have really made something special over the Global Refugee Center. And we are enriched by the students, the new Americans who have come. We're a richer society because of those cultural differences, and they make us look deeper and broader at who we are as a community as well. I was also wanting to give you a chance, if people are listening to this broadcast, what's the best way for them to contact you to be of support to the Global Refugee Center?
So you can always go to our website at www.grccolorado.org. You can also contact us at 970-313-8800. And you can always come by and see us at 1424 13th Avenue at the Cameron Elementary School at the garden level. So go to the flagpole and come down those stairs and you'll be at the GRC.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
That's very patriotic, actually. Mr. Higley.
Yeah, I'd like to thank both of you for your visionary leadership.
Thank you.
You and all the people that you work with deserve unmatched credit for the things that you have accomplished, and we know that in the future it's our privilege to be able to work with you and assist you, and I know that we'll do our best to meet your needs.
Thank you.
Again, thank you very much. I'm glad you
Thank you
came
for
this
having
evening.
us.
Before you walk away into the cold night, I do have a little something I'd like to share with you if you don't object. Just a little longer. We have this little plaque we'd like to offer you. It's from the school board, from the school district. Weld County School District 6 extends heartfelt gratitude to the Global Refugee Center for the support and care of refugee families and students. Through this educational partnership, children's needs are supported and families are given hope for a successful future for their children. And we certainly want to thank you both and
Thank you.
your colleagues for your
Thank you so
continued
much.
support of our community.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would you mind? Paparazzi, they're everywhere.
Smile. You never know.
One more, 1, 2. Thank you.